Good afternoon, all. Hello, Calina here of StoryRetold. Chat is already exploding. Hi, how's it going, everyone? I'm dual streaming on Twitch, so if you see me speaking to people on YouTube and Twitch at the same time, that is why. Hello, Joyful Amy, Brittany, Bree, Joni, Lauren, Jenny, Taylor. So before we get going, I wanted to point out something that I've got on my website, and this is going to work. This is going to apply to the game we're playing today. This is Nancy Drew Legend of the Crystal Skull, which is game number, 17. I'm just trying to navigate to the website real quick, and I will save it in chat. But it involves all of the little extra bonus content. I'm still collecting more as we go, but I've got some critical things to share right in here. All right, so let me paste into chat here. So I'm gonna see if I can't pin this. Okay, can I pin it? I don't know if I can pin it. I don't know if I've got any mods in chat today to pin it for me. That's okay. I'll pin it later. I'll put it in the description of the video. But anyways, I can show it to you. Let's see if I can't get... Oh, that's widescreen. I need full screen. How are you guys' Mondays today? Windowed. Let's do this. I think I forgot my beverage someplace. And boom. Okay, so this is my website. I am very slowly working on building up a wiki of the Nancy Drew games and the fun content involving Nancy Drew games. Of course, it's going to take me years to do this, and I started a long time ago. Haven't made much progress, but anyways, check it out on the bonus content page for each of the games. I've got as much listed as I can get on here. There are fun facts. We've already played the game, part of the game where it mentions the library books, and these are the actual references, that the little puns or references about eyes in particular. So you can see the explanation for all of them. And then also, there are 3 mega Easter eggs in this game, and we're not going to see egg 3 just yet. But what we did start on learning was about egg number 2. And this is related to the grandfather clock puzzle. So that poem that we found in the shop, it actually is a clue within itself. It's pointing out the times. But what's important here is it says, let's stop and try rhyming. Yes, rhyming instead. So we're looking for words that rhyme in here with numbers. Not necessarily the numbers themselves or puns, but rhyming. So I highlighted each one. So midday refers to noon. Heaven is 7. The number is 7. Great rhymes with 8. Fine rhymes with wine. Score rhymes with 4. Fun rhymes with 1. So that the answer you get out of this poem that we already saw for the grandfather clock is to type in, or to hit 12, 7, 8, 9, 4, and 1. And this is the full explanation here. Now, there's also a skee ball egg, and there's also a big, very unknown about egg, which is number 3, which we have not gotten to yet in the game, and you can read the full explanation there. But let's get into the game, shall we? Okay, let's get the game audio working. One sec. All right, so my Stream Deck is not working. All right, let's try this again.
We're pretty dangerous in the times.
Why is it so loud? Take 3. Sorry, guys.
Really scary. But don't say anything about that to my dad, okay? He worries about me enough as it is.
Oh my goodness, your car wouldn't start, Jenny? Your grandparents had to move care centers, and their dog also needs to be put to sleep. Oh, your grandma won't let him go, even though the poor thing is suffering. Oh, I'm so sorry, Jenny. That's a lot of things that are hard today. Oh, goodness. Hey, E-Melons, how's it going? You love puns, Amy. It's Tuesday morning for you, Sarge. Nice. That's because you're on the other side of the globe, aren't you? I'm sorry you had an awful day, Jenny. Okay, so what did we do? We put the books back in here, and now we can read this. And then this gives us a phone number to Hotchkiss, which we are going to see if we can't call. We can't call in here, so let's go step out of the room. And then call Hotchkiss, who is originally from Treasure in the Royal Tower.
Yes, hello?
Hi, my name's Nancy Drew. Is this Professor Hotchkiss?
Hey, Jasmine.
I am she, Nancy Drew. Your name has a ring to it. Do I know you?
Yes, as a matter of fact, we met a little while back in Wisconsin.
Oh, yes, you were the delightful young lady doling out the samples in the tasting room of that cheese factory. Yum, yum.
No, I met you at Whitford Castle.
That's ridiculous. There was no cheese tasting room at Wickford Castle.
No, we were both guests there. I found a journal written by Marie Antoinette which you translated. Remember?
Thanks to you, suddenly all I can think about is how wonderful a nice big slab of Colby cheese would taste right now. Listen, Mandy, I'm on a deadline, so if you could please just tell me why you called.
But my name isn't...
Deadline! Let's cut to the chase, shall we? Chop, chop.
You know, the great thing about wearing wireless headphones is that while I walked out to the refrigerator to get an A&W cream soda, I was able to hear the entire conversation that just happened. It's so frustrating for Nancy that when she has a returning phone friend, she totally gets forgotten about. Hello, Brittany. Welcome to the stream. Hello, Danielle. Cluck, cluck. I had chicken this weekend. Nancy spoiling other games. Hello, HA fan forever.
Did a man from New Orleans named Bruno Bollet ever call you?
Ah, now there's a name you can remember. Bollet. Nice and French. I'm a scholar of French history, you know.
Yes, I know. So did Bruno Bollet call you?
Indeed he did. Oui, oui.
I have a friend joining. Yeah, poor Mandy. What's up, Ben? Did you want to say hello?
Oh,
No? What you want?
I have my tablet.
You can go talk to Daddy about that. Yes. And tell Daddy that Mommy says for a little time. Yes. Okay, just for a short time. That's what Mommy said. Actually, Daddy might be listening to me right now. So, yes, you may have a tiny bit of tablet
Did you know
time.
that?
Yes, Ben? What?
Mom, Daddy's watching you.
Daddy's watching me. Okay, good. Then he got the message. But he's going to have to unlock your tablet for you, okay? Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye. You didn't show your face on camera, though, bud. Did you want to say hi to them real quick? No? Okay. And he shyly runs away.
Why did he call, if you don't mind my asking?
Because he had read my book, of course. The Crystal Skulls. Fact or fable, one of my best efforts. Sold like hotcakes smothered in a rich, tangy lemon sauce.
Hot cakes smothered in a rich, tangy lemon sauce. Hi, Cassian. What's up?
And I have a little bit of tablet time too.
Since you played outside, yes, but you have to do
Wait,
one more
where's your
thing.
thing?
You gotta say hi to everybody.
Hi.
You smell like dirt. Did you play in the dirt?
We were looking for bugs.
You were looking for bugs. Did you find any bugs?
Yeah, we found like 2 slugs
2 slugs.
and a whole bunch of roly-polies.
And a bunch of roly-polies.
Yeah.
Great. Can you please wash your hands?
What is
It's a game. Can you please wash your hands and then go upstairs and ask Daddy for more tablet time, okay? Your hands were in the dirt playing with slugs and roly-polies and bugs. Go wash your hands, please. Say bye.
Bye. What the heck?
Yeah, that's your picture. You painted that. You drew that. It's hung up for decoration. Watch your feet. You don't want to trip on the cord.
So that's you.
Uh-huh.
Me,
Uh-huh.
That is Daddy.
Yep. Can you please go wash your hands?
Since it's
Soap and water.
and then I do
Thank you.
See you, Mommy.
See ya, Cassian.
Bye.
Bye. Anybody else want to come visit? Joshua's saying hi. Oh, hi, Joshua. Hello. The first one that you did not see is Benjamin. And then the one that you did see is Cassian, the oldest. And my twins are watching me from another room. So I'm saying hi to Joshua. Hi, Joshua.
Did he say anything about owning one of the skulls himself?
I would have hung up on him straight away if he had. I tell you, Brandy, if I had $1 for every crackpot who's called claiming to own one of those skulls, I'd be able to dine at the Russian tea room every evening for the rest of my life. All right, that's a bit of hyperbole, but you get the picture. No. If memory serves, we talked mostly about the skull called the Whisperer. He wanted to know if I had learned any more about it since my book was published, which I hadn't, or if I had any theory as to what happened to it, which I didn't.
And that was the extent of your conversation?
Well, now, let me think. My, such insatiable curiosity, Nellie. You remind me of someone I encountered on one of my journeys. But for the life of me, I cannot remember her name or the circumstances.
Nancy Drew? Wickford Castle?
Ah! The eyes have it.
I'm sorry?
That's what Bruno Bolet said when I turned the tables and asked him if he had any idea where the Whisperer was. He said, the eyes have it. Then he chuckled and hung up.
Crown symbols with numbers. Is that on YouTube? Is that the membership? Paid membership? Or are you talking about Amazon Prime? Because if you are on Twitch, there's an Amazon Prime crown icon. I guess where are you seeing it? YouTube? Oh, Facebook? Oh, YouTube thing? I'll have to look into that. There's some new features on YouTube I haven't noticed or paid attention to.
How much would a crystal skull like the Whisperer be worth?
In this crazy day and age, where the shorn hair and used tissues of celebrities get sold for thousands of dollars, there's absolutely no telling, Candy. $500,000 easily. Maybe even $1 million. Maybe 2. Maybe 10. The sky's the limit. Cha-ching, cha-ching.
I like how eccentric Professor Hotchkiss is in this game. She talks about hot cake smothered in lemon sauce, was it? And then about wanting to dine in the Russian tea room. I wonder what that looks like.
If someone found a skull made of crystal, how could they be sure it's one of the crystal skulls?
Wonderful question, Francie. How indeed? Because there are sure to be thousands of fakes out there. Perhaps tens of thousands. But remember, the real skulls were made long before the tools commonly used for carving today were invented. Which means, let's put on our thinking caps.
Modern-day tools would have left marks if the skull was a fake?
Exactly so. Mind you, the marks on a good fake would be microscopic and thus imperceptible to the human eye. However, any thorough laboratory analysis would quickly unmask a counterfeit.
So the only way to prove that a skull is the real deal is by proving it's not a fake?
And by examining its provenance, its history of ownership. If it can be shown that a particular specimen has been passed along from antiquity into modern times and didn't just suddenly appear in, say, Germany in the mid-19th century, that would tend to support its authenticity as well.
That's a good observation, Brittany. Isn't the mummy from the Scarlet Hand also named the Whisperer? Interesting. I don't know if there would be a connection. It wouldn't surprise me if it's just a coincidence, because when you think about the Nancy Drew universe as a whole, anything like mystery or snooping or suspicious related all have very similar words. You know how many Nancy Drew books have the word mystery of, mystery at, mystery in, or curse of? So many repeating words that are very common in the universe of Nancy Drew. So yeah, having like the Whisperer show up a second time, I'm wondering if that's coincidence. Or Here's a radical theory. By the way, I haven't read too many fan theories, but this is a fun thing. Oh, is Crunk Gasp not working? Again? So the theory is the Whisperer, who is a mummy in Secret of the Scarlet Hand, what if they took... No, that wasn't her skull. Because a crystal skull is crystal. It's not a real skull. Maybe there's a connection? Don't know.
The idea that the Whisperer can make its owner immortal, do you believe that?
I believe that things that defy any so-called rational explanations happen all the time, Nessie.
Nessie?
Now, does that mean there are mysterious external forces at work in the universe of which we do not and cannot ever have full knowledge? Or does it all boil down to us? If the human heart desperately wants something to be true, does the human mind have the power to make it true? Who knows? Oh, questions, questions, questions. Oh, how dreary life would be without them.
I love that quote. Where can I write that down? That needs to be one of my quote generator additions. Hang on. There's also the really cool one about the human heart one, though, too. I feel like Dave Gregory had a quote about the human heart. Or was it Bess in Shadow Ranch? Questions. Oh, how dreary life would be without them. Professor Hotchkiss, Crystal Skull. It's a good one. All right. Do you guys have a favorite Nancy Drew quote? Twitch is faster than YouTube with a stream? Oh, okay. I might have to look into that. There might be some settings I can play around with to get it caught up. Good observation, Amy. Thank you so much for that.
In your book, you said that all the people who've ever owned the Whisperer were murdered, yet Bruno Bollet dropped dead of a heart attack.
Are you saying the Whisperer was in his possession after all? The scallywag! Why didn't he tell me that? Oh, that's right. I would have hung up on him. Well, if that's the case, then I strongly suggest you take a close look at his so-called heart attack, Sandy. Because if he owned the skull and he died, I guarantee you it was at the hands of someone else. Or my name's not Beatrice Gertrude Winifred Hotchkiss.
Okay, I think what we briefly read in that book that she wrote is that the person who owns the Whisperer, the Crystal Skull, the Whisperer, would have abnormally long life. So since he died of a heart attack, if you believe that it would have given him long life, was that skull taken from him, or did somebody actually off him?
That's it for now.
Good luck to you, dear.
All right. Okay. So what is on our task? Oh, let's do the Easter egg thing here. Okay. All right. So, I didn't even write down what my numbers were. Now I have to go back to my own website and figure out. Wait, do I have the paper though? Did I get to keep it? I did not. Did Nancy write it down for me, the poem? No, I didn't. Nancy. All right, back to my own website. Here we go. All right, so. Bonus content for Cry. There it is. Accept cookies. Yep. Okay. All right. To get the egg. Oh, yes, Bess. I think you were right, Amy. Bess would have said that. Oh, you were talking about the quote. Bess would have seen it, not Nancy. That's true, Jackie. Nancy Drew found the Crystal Skull a year before Indiana Jones did. Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, Legend of the Crystal Skull. Coinkydink. I don't know. I should talk to, like, the developers back then. Alright, so first we go to noon. And then 7. No. Okay, 7. Then 8. Then 9. Then 4. Then 1. Easter egg! Oh, lovely. Look at the beautiful wallpaper design that some artist pulled out and used. I think it's a really pretty design. It's a bummer that the lighting is so poor. We have an egg. I don't know if we can do anything with it. Did I write that down? Oh, the doll from Renee's room is Naughty Tina. Okay, we caught the part that Bess belches fire. We know the reference to Shorty Thurmond and Shadow Ranch. I also list out the achievements for this game, the Sassy Detective Award. So if you get one of those items and the highest points attributed to that instance, that's how you get awarded that Sassy Detective Award. I don't have any notes in here of where or how you can use the eggs, if that's even a thing. I think it's just a little prize item you get. In the meantime, we will continue. Returning back to... I think we're supposed to get paper from Renee.
You bring me that cocoa kringle bar like I asked?
Right here.
Bless you. I'm so hungry I could devour these plants I'm potting up, dirt and all.
If they're edible
How
plants.
else may I be of service to you?
Ooh.
Did Dr. Bollé ever say anything to you about a crystal skull? He may have referred to it as the Whisperer.
No, he never so much as mentioned a crystal skull, whispering or otherwise.
Oh, Takai. Brie, dinner time, but one of your favorite Nancy Drew quotes right now is when Takai talks about having a garden space to make one's own. Yes, Brie, that one's so good. Enjoy your dinner. Yeah, I know what you mean by Takai. Yep.
I understand that Dr. Bollé had some interesting pets, like an iguana.
That man never met a creature he didn't like. He'd train them to do all kinds of silly tricks, then let 'em run free, inside the house as well as out.
Ugh. Including the spider?
Do you know how he went about training them?
I surely do not. Don't get me wrong. I liked Dr. Bollé, I truly did. But I swear, sometimes his activities made as much sense to me as bathing in a bayou full of gators.
Wow. If you're going swimming with your pet gator. You're crazy times 2.
Whose boat is tied up down there where the bayou comes up to the cemetery? Do you know?
That would be my boat. Comes in very handy when I need to forage for certain swamp-dwelling plants.
Speaking of plants, looking at these plants in the back to the right on her workbench. Excuse me. How many games have those plants made an appearance of? Excuse me, bubbly soda. Because it looks like these were used in Curse of Blackmore Manor, possibly Creature of Kapu Cave.
Those weird symbols on the wall in your room, do you know who painted them?
I did. Fact of the matter is, there's a spirit living in that wall.
A spirit?
Got a voice that'd send shivers down the spine of Dracula himself. Used to hear it sometimes.
Pull the lever.
Half talking, half whispering, saying this one word I never heard before, like it was from a language no one on earth spoke. And suddenly, I knew. The spirit was trying to cast a spell on me. So I got me a book and found out that by painting the word I heard on the wall, syllable by syllable, in hoodoo signs, I could counteract the word's power. And you know what? The spirit has not spoken that word or any other since.
What was the word?
Darling, a sack full of water moccasins couldn't get me to say that word out loud. Nor will I write it down, no sir. Not ever, ever, ever.
Well, I'm snooping.
I'll see you later.
Come see me any time.
Okay, so she gave us a paper, right? We got paper. Cool. And we got coal. So let's go and do a thing real quick before we go investigate her room. I don't think... Did we learn what the hoodoo, like, words were? Did we read that book? Okay, I forget where we're going. I think that's the wrong way. Nope. Trying to remember where it's at. Go this way. This way. Is it this way? Nope. I feel like it's at an intersection. Okay, wrong intersection. There it is. Alright. Okay. Inventory. Paper. Oh, Nancy gets to do it. I wanted to do this activity. That was a... Okay. Her interactive for future reference. This is a really good engagement opportunity to click and drag, and I think we've done this before, haven't we? We've done sketches like this in Last Train to Blue Moon Canyon. I feel like we've done it again. We did it with a pencil on a notepad in Stay Tuned for Danger, but Nancy does those herself. Nathan, welcome to the stream. This is very live. Yes, hello, welcome. How are you? You had no idea they were still making music. This is from 2006, 2007? Someone correct me. We've got a whole community of people in the chat who are very in tune with Nancy Dreams, and we love them. You're playing Haunted Mansion right now? You're looking for a little help? Slide puzzles and stumble out. Okay. Hey, I have how to solve puzzles videos for Message in a Haunted Mansion on my channel. So if you're looking for a little bit of help, the best I can do is there. So take a look through the playlist for Message in a Haunted Mansion and you'll find something. Also, if you go to my website, calinaherman.com, I've got them organized in a list for Message in a Haunted Mansion. So you can click on that, read up on it, and also watch the video. This game came out in 2007. Thank you, Amy. Yes, over on Twitch. Yes. Please have Nancy be us. We're supposed to be Nancy, so we do this. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Yeah, I want to be able to click and drag and actually do the activity myself instead of clicking it and Nancy doing it. This is an awesome engagement point. Remember this. And it's very satisfying. I mean, there's been some like similar programming instances like with Takai's calligraphy puzzle in Shadow at the Water's Edge, where you're kind of drawing things yourself. And that one's particular. I think that one is like a 89%, 90% accuracy threshold for it to complete. I don't think it needs to be that much. I think it needs to be like 60% done, and then Nancy will finish off the rest. I think that'll be satisfying enough. I did work at Her Interactive, not when this game was being made. I did beta test it and advisory panel for this game, but I was in the middle of some intense school year for this one, so I didn't focus on it too much when it was out. You're planning on running through all the Nancy Drew games? Are they all still available for purchase? No, they're all available for purchase on Steam and herinteractive.com. And a lot of them are available on Amazon too. I think I've got links in my video description below that'll take you to like other places where you can find them. There's one exception. The original Secret Spin Kill is not really available anymore. You can get the remastered version though, just fine. Alright, so we got the first. Now let's get the second rubbing. Again, I wanted to leave this part, not Nancy. Nancy's automating it. Okay, and then number 3. Oh, that's right. Thank you for the correction, Amy. Ransom of the Seven Ships, which is game number 20, is not available at all. So you have to go find the physical copy of that someplace. The thing is, at herinteractive.com, that's where you can also find a few of the games available in other languages, like German and French. And I want to say at one point we were trying to get the Russian versions available, but there was a bit of a hang-up with that one, technically. Okay, did we get all 4? Is there only 4? I have a key. Yeah, that won't work. What is that key for again? I forget what that key is for. Oh, that's her room. That's her root key. You can't stand slide puzzles. That's fair. A lot of people don't like them. I love them. I love slider puzzles. But that's just me, because I'm weird. Gotta keep an eye on the time, though, too. Alright, back to the house. This rain is really coming down. Hey,
Welcome
Cheryl.
to the Red Panda Adventures.
Thank you for your support, Cheryl. 41 months, that's amazing. Miss you, friend. I'd love to hang out soon. I sent you about 5 million memes, though, by the way. Jasmine, there's a store in Winnipeg that had the physical copies of a lot of Nancy Drew games. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, let's talk to Henry.
Yes?
How did he die? Nancy, tact. Bad.
How did Bruno die, if you don't mind my asking?
Just dropped dead in the front hallway. I mean, the guy was 95 years old. Here, check it out. Myocardial infarction. That's doctor speak for heart attack.
Attending physician Dr. Gilbert Buford, 504-555-9970.
Krollmeister
Was that
crematorium?
Bruno's doctor?
And his best friend, or
Who's
so I'm told.
cremated.
I've never met him.
Interesting keychain.
That's one of Uncle Bruno's glass eyes. It's the one he was wearing when he died.
How nice.
Anything else?
Collectible keychain eyeball.
I'll check back with you later.
Groovy.
Groovy. Okay, we're gonna go explore Renee's room real quick. Where's the door? He died? When? Oh, Nancy. Okay, hang on. But we also have these papers. Wait a minute. Wait. No, the papers are back for over here because there's a puzzle. Can I look at my inventory while we're here? Okay, so Worm has this. How would you describe it? Jagged. This one's the worm. Okay. And then the crow has a floral leaf thing. Okay. And then, okay, we did worm. Crow. Coffin has flowers. That one, okay. And then whatever's left is whatever's left. Bones. A key! Oh yeah. We're gonna go open that one up. The glass eye Bruno wore when he died looks like a reptile eye. Oh, lovely. Oh, we have to call Ned. Okay, we can call Ned. We can call Dr. Gilbert Buford. Let's do it.
This is Dr. Gilbert Buford's answering service. How may I help you?
I need to talk to Dr. Buford. Could you maybe give me a number where I can reach him?
No, ma'am, I cannot. Is this an emergency?
Sort of. I mean, it's not a medical emergency. See, I'm only going to be in town for a short time, and Dr. Buford and I have this mutual friend who died recently, and I just really need to talk to him about it.
Need some consoling, huh?
Yes, I need some consoling. That's it exactly.
Well, tell you what. It's against the rules to give you his phone number, but I can tell
Lauren.
you that now that he's all but retired, Dr. Buford spends most of his evenings at his favorite gumbo stand down in the French Quarter. If you really need to talk to him, you can probably find him there.
Great. Do you know the address?
It's at the corner of Rampart and Domain.
That's a reference.
Did you say Rampart and Domain?
I did indeed. Granny Pumpkin's Cajun cooking. They make some darn fine gumbo.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, and I'm truly sorry about your loss.
My loss?
That mutual friend of yours and Dr. Buford's?
Oh, right.
Oh, right.
Thank you. That's
My dead
very
friend.
kind of you. Bye.
Forget about the dead friend that we were just talking about. We're so excited to see Dr. Buford and talk about Gumbo and, oh yeah, because of my dead friend. Anyways, sorry. No, Lauren, that's totally what I got when you said the when. And I was talking about dead friends, which is a terrible thing. I'm sorry. I have a bad sense of humor. I'm not making fun of the dead, I promise. I'm making fun of my bad timing. A stream routine. Yes, Deanna, I do have a stream routine. Every Monday at this hour, and only for this hour, I stream mostly Nancy Drew games. Because I used to work for Her Interactive for like 11 years. And I still love these games. But now I work at Xbox, which is super fun. What am I doing? I'm calling Ned. Yeah.
Hi, Nancy.
Hey, Ned.
What's going on?
Are you familiar with the legend of the so-called crystal skulls?
Is that where aliens supposedly scattered a bunch of perfectly formed crystal skulls all around the world like thousands of years ago? And all the skulls have different magical powers?
Something like that, yeah. Apparently Henry's uncle was the proud owner of the Whisperer, the skull that was supposed to make whoever owned it live forever.
Only now he's dead and another superstition bites the dust.
Maybe, maybe not. See, this book I found in Bruno's library said no one who has owned the Whisperer has ever died of natural causes.
So how did they die?
They were all murdered.
Come on, you don't believe that crystal skull stuff is true, do you?
Plausible. It's plausible. People want the skull, they'll go after it. One way or another. Anyways, I had a reference that I wanted to point out. Two things I wanted to point out in that last conversation with Dr. Gilbert Buford's assistant person. That assistant person is the voice... Sorry, I'm really loud. That assistant person was the voice of Robert Riedel. For a long time, he was a creative director, producer. He's had different titles. Super well known. He's actually the person who brought me on as an intern for the very first time at Her Interactive. And what was I going to say? The Rampart in Domain is actually part of a lyrical reference in the song Mardi Gras, the Mardi Gras song. And I've never heard that song, but that was a fun fact I learned while I worked at Her Interactive, and now I put it on my website so you can learn about that too. Robert voiced a lot of characters. He sure did, Amy. Hello, Farbringer. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? Have you played the Nancy Drew games before? We're talking about crystal skulls.
I'm not sure what I believe yet. But right now, what I think doesn't matter. The people who knew Bruno had the skull, if one of them believed in the Whisperer's power, they may have figured the only way they'd ever be rid of Bruno was to cause his death.
But didn't he die of a stroke or something?
Heart attack.
Well, there you go. Natural causes.
Heart attacks can be induced.
You've been watching too many of those forensic detective shows.
That may be, but what's really interesting is the skull is missing.
That is interesting.
And I'll bet you anything that's what my bony friend in the red ascot was looking for.
Does Henry know where the skull is?
I haven't gotten around to asking him about it yet. But if that skull is still around here, I intend to find it.
I kind of figured that.
Okay, funny observation. Nancy will outright ask someone, "Hey, your dead guardian, how'd he die?" But then she won't outright ask, "Hey, do you still have the skull that he left?" Ooh, Fabringer, yes, I'm so glad you found the channel. Yes, I worked at Her Interactive between 2010 and 2021. Yes. Yeah, no, I think there is some potential here, and I'm surprised Wizard Kitten hasn't done this yet. Wizard Kitten, if you're watching, go ahead and make this video. I don't have time for it. But if you call out all of the little, I don't want to say nuances. What's the word? The interesting things that Nancy does versus what doesn't make sense that she... I'm not wording this right. Like what I just mentioned. Like you outright ask someone about their dead guardian, but you do not outright ask them about their little treasure that was hidden here that might end up being in the will, be part of this whole thing. Do I think Nancy and Ned should be married? I think Nancy should be frozen in time to be 18 years old for eternity and always solve mysteries. And then Ned gets to come along. Ned needs to be in a game, in person. I have a design story idea that involves Ned being in person. I'm working on that design. I wish I was a game designer. I need to practice, though.
That's it for now.
Call again, okay? Soon.
Okay, bye.
See ya.
Okay, now we've got the key to the crypt, but we're also here in the house right now, so let's go and explore her room real quick. It's locked. And try to take a look at that. I'm blanking. Did anyone remember if in my past streams I actually learned the voodoo? I wrote it down someplace in my 5 million notebooks. Anybody else have that problem? I've got 5 million notebooks and loose papers. I know I've asked that question before, but it's not that one. Is it this one? No, it's not that one. Is it this one? Yes, here it is. Notebooks. Very few people have seen my stream setup in my desk. I will say it's a Nancy Drew person's dream space because there's a lot of junk in here and a lot of interesting things to rifle through, kind of like the prop room in Stay Tuned for Danger. That's what my office looks like. Okay, so we've got this sketched out and written down, but I don't remember where we learn about the hoodoo stuff. Did we, no, we didn't learn it here. Hey, it's Lufisra. Welcome, friend. How's it going? We have this. Oh, we could do that, but then we can't do that yet. Okay, hang on. We have 4 eyeballs nicely decluttered in my inventory into one pocket slot right here. That's the receipt. We have a loquat. They do live in a timeless universe, Cybertech, so it's hard to argue about how their relationship should advance. That's the tricky thing. And I think that is actually why her interactive designers toyed with Nancy Drew and Ned Nickerson fighting and then being okay and then having a little tension with the third person that is Frank Hardy. I think just adding this a lot of back and forth without full resolution just makes it interesting across the games where you're always curious about what's happening next, but there's no ending. There's a no end point. So that's how they were able to keep this going for so long. We learned about it in the secret room. Okay, that's right. Creepy, naughty Tina. Oh! Wait, can we call Hotchkiss? No, wait, I need to call Bess. I need to call Bess. That's what I needed to do.
Yes, hello? Who is this?
Hello, Professor. This is Nancy Drew again.
Nancy Drew. Are you sure you're not the cheese girl?
Positive. Could I ask you something?
Of course. Let her rip.
That's it for now.
Rock and roll.
Okay, let's call Bess.
Hello?
Hi, Bess. It's me.
So what's been happening? Tell me everything.
Joyful
Well,
Amy.
let's see.
Start
Since
writing
last time we talked,
character
I was
profiles.
just about getting ready to...
With a few sample lines of what their speaking style and tone is.
Interesting stuff.
Practice
But
that.
the reason I called is, I need you to talk to this doctor named Gilbert Buford, who, as it turns out, likes to hang out at a gumbo stand called Granny Pumpkin's Cajun Cookin', which should be right across from our hotel.
You just want me to talk to him? That's it? Nothing nefarious? No black ops stuff?
He was Bruno Bellay's doctor, and apparently his best friend, too. I just need for you to see if he thinks there was anything weird about the way Bruno died.
What do you mean by weird?
Oh, hey, Amy.
I kind of think maybe Bruno was murdered.
Murdered? By whom?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Everyone's a suspect at this point.
Including this Gilbert Buford guy?
Well...
Great, I'm gonna be chatting up Jack the Ripper.
Oh, I'm sure the guy's fine, but be subtle, just in case.
Well, I can see the gumbo stand from our balcony. If he's the guy that's sitting down there, I guess he looks harmless. Okay, I'll go talk to him.
Thanks, Bess. Let me know what happens.
Cheerio!
Cheerio.
Why, hello, young lady. How kind of you to grace an old man with your lovely presence.
Are you Dr. Gilbert Buford?
I'm delighted to report that I am indeed.
The sweet old guy.
Do you mind if I join you?
Of course not. A little lively discourse would brighten this gloomy evening considerably. This here is my favorite spot in the whole city. Delicious gumbo,
Look at the
pleasing
rain spout
view.
over there.
Particularly now, I might add.
It kind of looks like
My
a
name's
catfish.
Bess Marvin. I'd like to ask you some questions about Bruno Bollet, if that's okay?
I'd prefer subject matter of a happier nature, but I do not want to seem inhospitable, so what is it you want to know?
Is it true that Dr. Bollet was your best friend?
Well, now, I was certainly his best friend, but I cannot honestly say that he was mine. Fact is, while socializing with my fellow man, particularly with pretty young women such as yourself, has always been a source of pleasure for me, Bruno was just the opposite. Unfortunately, the older he got, the more numerous his idiosyncrasies became, and the less concerned about their negative effect upon others he became.
Idiosyncrasy is like paranoia. The guy was not very chatty. Didn't socialize very well, like Dr. Buford here did. He liked to talk to people. But Dr. Bruno Bollet, not so much, huh?
His idiosyncrasies didn't bother you?
Now, as a doctor of medicine, I am not only accustomed to dealing with the abnormal, but I find that I'm actually drawn to it. I, for one, thoroughly enjoyed Bruno's outlandish personality. Although, at the same time, I fear it may have played a role in his demise.
Uh-oh.
You see, he died of a myocardial infarction, most likely caused by age-related atherosclerosis. Dying of a heart attack is all too common for people who are socially isolated, and Bruno Bollet had most certainly become that.
Did they do an autopsy on Dr. Bollet?
No. Given Bruno's advanced age and the absence of any indication of foul play, an autopsy was deemed unnecessary, and the body was cremated according to Bruno's wishes.
Where was Dr. Bollet when he had his MI?
In the foyer of his house, just inside the front door. In fact, I hadn't seen him for a while, so I picked that day to pay him a visit. I walked up to the front door, found it unlocked as usual, opened it, and there he was, lying on the floor in obvious distress. The next thing I know, his housekeeper came running in and started shrieking and carrying on, until finally I sent her out of the room so she could summon an ambulance, and I could once again hear myself think. Then I knelt down and saw that he wasn't breathing. So I pulled him away from the doorway so I'd have more room to work on him, and began chest compressions. I continued until the medics arrived, but nothing they did made a difference either.
So hang on. The door's unlocked. It had been a while since he visited. This guy just walks right in and sees him already on the floor. Okay, so I'm guessing that he didn't, startle him coming into the house? And that's what caused a heart attack? Because apparently he was already there on the floor?
Was Dr. Bollet unconscious the whole time?
Yes, he was.
Can you remember anything that might indicate what he was doing by the front door? I mean, had he just come in from a walk? Was he wearing a hat? Was he holding anything? Had he dropped something? An umbrella? Sunglasses?
Wait a minute. Why, yes. Yes, he was holding something. A piece of paper. And on the floor next to him was an envelope. He must have collapsed while reading a letter.
Do you know what happened to it?
Now, I know the letter was no longer in Bruno's hand when the paramedics arrived, so perhaps he released the letter when I moved him. And yet, I do not recall seeing it on the floor when they wheeled him out the door. Iggy.
What's icky?
Iggy. Iggy is an iguana Bruno befriended, then turned loose in his home. It soon developed the annoying habit of stealing paper and stockpiling it in the vent system.
That's a hazard.
Are you saying an iguana made off with the letter Bruno had been reading?
It would not have been the first time a missing document ended up in Iggy's possession. Renee would periodically call me saying the lizard had absconded with one of Bruno's prescriptions and would I please write her up a replacement. In any case, Bruno once told me he was training Iggy. Said he taught Iggy to retrieve the things it had stolen.
Did Dr. Boulay ever say anything to you about owning a crystal skull?
Why, yes. Yes, he did. In fact, he showed it to me once. Said it had magical powers. Said owning it was going to allow him to live forever. I thought it was utter nonsense and told him so. Well, he didn't appreciate that at all. Refused to talk to me for a full 2 weeks.
Do you have any idea where he kept it?
No. He was terrified that someone would steal it from him, so he told no one its location. Not even me. Tell me, Miss Bess, what do you know about that crystal skull?
This friend of mine, who is also a friend of Henry Boulay, you know, Dr. Boulay's great-nephew. Anyway, while she was visiting Henry, she saw this book in Bruno's library about the legendary crystal skulls and was kind of intrigued and thought that since Henry said that you were pretty much Bruno's only friend, maybe Bruno had said something to you about it, and as it turns out, he had. That's all I know.
I see. Well, much as I'd like to believe that skull holds the key to immortality, I'm afraid Bruno's passing proves it's worthless. Although it would make an attractive paperweight, as I recall. Tell your friend not to give it another thought.
Don't even think about it?
Do you think it's possible that Renee caused
Yes.
Dr. Boulay's death by, say, hoarding the pills from those missing prescriptions and giving them to him all at once?
No. Had he died of an overdose of the medications I had prescribed, the manner of his death would have been quite different. But he died of a heart attack. Of that I am certain. However, I know for a fact that Renee is deeply involved in the practice of hoodoo. And as Bruno's housekeeper, she had ample opportunity to use it against my poor old friend.
You're not serious.
Young lady, never, ever underestimate the power of suggestion. If a person believes in something, even on a subconscious level, fantasy can easily become fact. And who knows what rubbish Renee filled Bruno's mind with? Drink this, don't eat that. This brings good luck, that brings bad, day in and day out. Even if he said he didn't believe a word of it, who knows how much his subconscious was absorbing? He was very old and vulnerable. So could Renee have caused Bruno to have that fatal heart attack? There's not a doubt in my mind she could indeed.
Excuse me. She could have caused it, but we don't really know. We don't know what that letter says.
I've bugged you enough.
Feel free to drop by anytime.
Okay, so we can give the update back to Nancy. Hopefully it goes by really fast. I've only got a couple minutes left to spare.
Hello?
Hi, Nance. Okay, here's what's been happening at my end.
She loudly says right across the balcony, oh, I was going to point out the thing again.
And that's pretty much it.
Good work. I'll take it from here. Thanks again.
Good luck. Bye.
All right. Okay, we haven't learned much about the hoodoo yet. Okay, what should we do next? I think we should probably go to... Sounds like it's raining inside the house. Is that a glitch? From just now talking to Bess? Okay, now we're outside. Okay, back to the mausoleum crypt thingy. Now that we have the key, go forward up here, and then forward up here. Awkward. A lot of us would like to see that too, Amy. Fancy your game set in Africa? That'd be cool. We haven't been on that continent yet with Nancy, have we? Well, we were kind of in Egypt. Yeah. Sleepy? Ooh, so fancy.
This must be the painting that goes in that empty frame.
This was based off of a stock photo that was used in a few Nancy Drew games, most notably as Dr. Irina Pridavicu from Danger on Deception Island. She's carrying an umbrella. Marcel, Fifi, Marianne, Claude. That must be his parents, Claude and Marianne. And that's all we can look at in here. Oh, to fix the rain problem? Okay, go outside then inside, okay. Whoops, that's not where I wanted to go. This way. Alright, I am going to position myself right where we can solve the next puzzle. And I feel like I'm going to sneeze in real life. Alright, this is what we're doing next. All of these illustrations were done by, I want to say it was artist Jamie Crandall. I think her name back then was Jamie Corey. I'll have to double check. Actually, I can't double check. I don't work at Her Interactive anymore, so I don't have the details. Anyways, thank you guys for hanging out, stopping by, saying hello. Ooh, Nigeria, that's a good idea. I will be streaming this game next week, same time. If you wanted to learn more about some of the bonus content within some of the games, I've not done creating all the pages for my wiki. You can go to kalinaherman.com and click on the game and then see if I've got the bonus content link working. If I do that, then I've put some stuff in there. So take a look at that. And you can read up on the next Easter egg that we're going to encounter in the next stream. Have a good rest of your week, everybody. Bye. Don't forget to drink water.